Welcome everyone in my first relation. My name is Wiktor and I'm speaking from Cambodia. Of course, I know my accent and my English is not so perfect. I came from Poland, so please forgive me my Eastern Europe accent. Okay, how it started that I came here to Cambodia. First, I get the contact with NGO organization, non-government organization named Wildlife Alliance, and I speak with them when I was in Poland before. And I got deal with them that they hire me when I came here. The duties on this job was patrolling the jungle by motorbikes and protecting the forest from people who cutting trees, who transporting wood from the jungle, or catching wild, rarely animals like, for example, pangolins. I was the patrol unit supervisor who commanding the team. The team was couple rangers and couple of military police guys. One team was about 8 to 10 persons, and me as supervisor of that kind of unit, I was just command them and move where to go. And for example, when we heard the noise of chainsaw in the forest, we going to check it, or when we find some cutting areas because people cutting trees and plant, for example, banana clumps, it's illegal, and we must destroy that illegal plantations too. At first, I was wondering why they get European people here to get the supervisor of this patrol unit. Why they do that? So Khmers can't handle with this themselves to catching people who cutting trees and catching wild animals. That was strange for me. And when I get to know why it's like that, I was really upset, and even I was a little shocked. Listen, when I get to know what is required for me, how to treat the Khmer people, I was really shocked. It was unbelievable for me because the chief of this Wildlife Alliance organization told to me at first meeting that I need to treat Khmer people like monkeys and standing behind them with the stick. Do you believe that? When I go to my first station in Pursat province, the trainer who was responsible of my training forced to me to get this solution to these Khmers from my team to treat them like that. You can imagine that in 21st century we have organization who treating people like that. It's racism, and it's horrible. I couldn't believe how it possible. And that's not all. Listen, there was some Khmers that was the supervisor of the patrol team too, and make the same job as white guys from Europe, and they get 2 times less salary. Can you believe that kind of shit? And listen, the people from Wildlife Alliance was really afraid of any kind of informations that someone tell in medias, and even it was the point in my contract that I can't make interviews, can't say anything about this job, and they was afraid, and very good, because there is I hope some politicians groups that won't get them out from here because they don't make good here. Of course, they are need because the Cambodian people cutting these trees about 20 years ago. All areas in Cambodia was a jungle. Now there is only a few areas with trees and with forest, and it must be protected. But on the God's sake, not like they do. When I was the supervisor of the patrol unit, I go other way because I make friend with them and I saw their culture. I met them because when I came here, I didn't know nothing about Khmers and Cambodians, and at first I heard that words from Eddie that I should to treat them like monkeys and standing with stick. But when I met them, I realized that bullshit that he told me. I first of all I thought that was a stupid joke, but when I met the Khmers from my team, we get friend. Especially with our translator Chantek, we have contact for today even. He called to me yesterday, for example, when he was on his family party. So we even record a rap song with Chantek, and it was very upset. My trainer Dimitri, he was very mad that I get friend with these people and I even record song with them. He was very angry, and I think it was the reason that they thanks me for the job. Officially, Eddie told that they don't have money, but I don't believe in that bullshit. I think the reason was other, because I choose the other way to relations with Khmers, and of course they was listening to me when I said we must go there and do this, do this. It was not like this that they don't want to get my orders or something like that. Everything contact was good, and there was no problems of some kind of, I don't know, insubordination or riot. No, everything was all right, and I treat them like people, not like monkeys. This job was not so easy, because when we patrolling this jungle by motorbikes, there was a rain season, and on the roads there was a lot of mud, and when we go at the mountains, there was big rocks, and the motorbikes was get sinking in this mud. Sometimes we must put it out from the mud, from the water, and sometimes the wheel was stuck between rocks. It was very hard to moving in that kind of terrain. But the most wonderful thing was the long patrol. It was 4 days in the jungle and sleeping 3 nights in the jungle in hammocks. And I never forget it. The night is calm. We make our camp near the river, and when I go to this hammock and get sleep, I was feel really good. In the jungle, the nearest home was about 20 kilometers from us. And now I don't work there already, and I'm very glad of this, because someone can say when I hanging out with racist and that kind of people, someone can say that I'm like them, and I'm really never been the racist or fascism. I don't like that kind of ideology, and I'm holding very far away from that kind of point of view. So now I can be calm that nobody says that I'm like them, and I'm very glad of this. Then I get more information and more knowledge about Khmers, about Cambodia. I'm starting to much better like them, and get respect for their culture. I think there is no way to don't like them. They are really wonderful nation. And listen, what's happening after when I stop working for Wildlife Alliance? I moved to Phnom Penh, and I started to looking for some jobs, some activities that I can do here, because I don't want to go back to Poland. The reason was that in Cambodia I think the life is much better, so I stay and start to looking for a job. Another reason that I don't want to go back to Poland is like I don't want to feel like a rat escaping from the sinking boat and go back to the country that people are rude for them each other. The faces are in mimics like everyone hates you. I don't want to go back to that place, so I stay in Cambodia because here when I go out the people are just smiling and are friendly to you. Everyone is have some happiness in inside. So it's it must be stupid that leave that kind of relations and go back to the country where everyone hates you and want to get the knife into your back. You must be idiot to choose that kind of place for live. I better like stay